anything's possible. Anything's possible!
Fox wins the game.
Rainstorms coming with the township running around, bracing the hundreds of glass pane storefronts, taping the cupboards. It's a gamble outside. You could take a beat of hell faster than a bullet flying at you in a Rita Gale. You want to meet a male cyclone duck spinning too fast to even register on the Fajita scale.
Good evening, basketball fans. This is Mike Pettaway coming to you live from College Park Baptist Church Gymnasium in Winston-Salem, North Carolina, for tonight's matchup between the visiting North Hills Christian Eagles out of Salisbury, North Carolina, come in with a 10-4 record, taking on the homestanding Winston-Salem Christian School Lions, coached by Joey McKinney with an 11-8 record. Alongside me is Donnie Baldridge.
Good evening.
And Jordan Leak,
hey,
the star of the show, Mr. Leak. And guys, we're probably in for a real good basketball game. I think, Jordan, you were at the first game we played in Salisbury.
Yes, I was.
And won that on two last free throws in the game. Actually came back from a big deficit.
Yes.
And I think we also had one less coach on the bench when the game was over.
Yes.
We had I don't know if it was, because I was in the corner doing the game, and I don't know if it was what the coaches were saying, but some of our parents were getting pretty loud.
Yeah, the fans were getting a little bit rowdy, too.
Pretty derogatory comments toward the referees, but the referees took all they could take, and unfortunately the person that suffers is the head coach, and Mr. McKinney didn't get to see his team come back and win that ball game. But they're looking at the stats, and I want to start out by saying that in the game up in Surrey County 2 days ago, we had two injuries on the Winston-Salem Christians team, that very key injuries. The leading scorer, Jamal DeShields, went down right before halftime with a lower leg injury. And then toward the end of the ball game, Landon Burton got twisted up on the floor, and his foot went one way and his leg went the other way, and he was wrenching in pain, and they carried him off the floor. But talking to Coach McKinney before the game, both young men are in uniform. They have their ankles and legs taped up. They want to give it a shot and see how much they can contribute tonight. He did say that they would not be starting because missing practices. Obviously, the rule is you don't start.
Yep.
But I've been noticing both of them out here on the pregame warm-ups. And
there it is, the slip and slide.
Yeah, there's that Carolina slip and slide. But I didn't notice either player favoring the injured leg. I know they're taped up, and I'm sure once they get in the ball game, they're going to be running on adrenaline, so they may not even know if they're hurting or not. But I know they're looking forward to this ball game, and it's also homecoming for the Lions.
Yes.
Is that correct, Mr.
Yep.
Leak? There'll be a halftime ceremony.
Yep.
And at halftime, we're going to have a special guest on the broadcast. It's Dr. Brian Wolf, the head of school at Winston-Salem Christian, will be over to talk about things going on in and around the school campus in Winston-Salem over on University. They're getting ready to introduce the starting lineup, but tonight's game is brought to you by First Community Bank. And I'm pleased to announce that I was informed right before the game that First Community Bank has agreed to come on board for yet another year, for the fourth year. Every year I've had the website, they've been a sponsor, a very important part of our website and our broadcasting. So thanks to the First Community Bank folks, the local people that I deal with, Rebecca down at the Olive Crossings branch.
And
I lost my train of thought. They're actually having a prayer, Mr. Baldridge, but we're on the air, right? So
we are.
We keep talking. But we do want to say we appreciate the fine folks at First Community Bank, very customer service-oriented bank. Everyone's on a first-name basis. It makes you feel really, really good to go into a bank and they know who you are and you're not just a number. So thanks to the fine folks at First Community Bank. They are introducing starting lineups, and the Eagles are being introduced first by Mr. Alex Kendall, who is also an assistant coach. You know, you talk about multitasking. I'm not sure in your small church you do a number of things.
That's right.
And
I do a couple of things here and there.
And Coach Kendall does the PA
Ooh,
announcing.
the lights went out.
Yeah, the lights are being dimmed. We're going to have the Lions introduced with the roar of the lion.
Oh, wow. Check out this laser show. There's smoke. Mike, did you pay for this?
No, we borrowed it from Wake Forest.
There you
well,
go.
you can't even see across the court. It's so foggy in here. Fans are starting to sense the introduction of the Lions starting lineup. And it is going to be a different lineup tonight. Starting at center will be Jacob Brown for the Lions, 6'10". Trey Dennis will be running the offense from point guard. Will be a starter tonight for the Lions. And Sam, three-point range Reams will be the shooting forward. And the tank, Madison Norwood, will be under the bucket as a low-post player for the Lions. And Mr. Defense, Robert Williard, is going to be the other starting guard. So it's a totally revamped lineup with the injuries that we alluded to at the opening of the game. And in talking to the coach, I'm not going to divulge any secrets, but it's going to be a different looking ball game tonight is the way he put it to me. So we'll see how it all transpires. From what he explained to me, I'm going to have to see it to believe it because I've been around Joey McKinney for 4 years, and I know that his foot's on the throttle.
Yeah.
So we'll see how they come out. This is two equally talented basketball teams. As we said, the first game down in Salisbury was won on 2 free throws at the end of the game to win for Winston-Salem Christian. Now it goes definitely silent.
You got to get hyped. Ooh, the tip.
We're going to turn the play-by-play over to Mr. Baldridge.
Here we go. The ball is up. The ball is won by North Hills. Bringing up the ball is number 22, Chris Taylor. Pass to number 1, Murdoch. Back to Murdoch. Looks like the Lions are in a 2-3 zone here. Taylor in that sweet spot of the zone. Got the ball, shot is up and missed. Rebound, Winston-Salem Christian with Dennis bringing the ball down the court. Passes it to Willard. To Brown up at the top of the key. Looking for an inlet back to Dennis on the wing. To Willard at the top of the key. Doing a little bit of weaving. Really kind of slowing this ball down. And North Hills is also in a 2-3 zone. And there's a Willard wild pass intercepted by Taylor's driving it down the court. And found the sideline a little bit before he saw the basket.
We've played 50 seconds and we've yet to take a shot. Is that unusual?
That is far unusual.
Okay, keep that tucked in the back of your mind, folks, because things are changing, it looks like.
I like it. Pass to Sam Reams now. Sam on the wing, tried to pass it, blocked and stolen by number 1, Murdoch, who was driving down the court, was fouled. Shot was missed, but now he gets 2 shots.
Murdoch is actually the leading scorer for the Eagles. He's averaging 20.2 a game. And you mentioned Chris Taylor, who took a shot down the court first possession. He's the second leading scorer, averaging 18.8. So you got 38, almost 39 points of your team, 68 in those 2 players.
Hey, Jordan, you can pass this on to Sam. When you see him, say, bounce pass.
I will. I'll tell him that.
Second free throw is up and good. So the score is 1-0 with 6 minutes and 53 seconds left in the first quarter. Dennis bringing the ball down the court. Passes it to Willard on the wing. We're looking for an inlet. Passes back to Dennis to reset the offense. To Brown on the wing, who takes a step in and shoots way off. Rebound. North Hills pushing the ball down the court is Murdoch. Murdoch looking for an entrance. Passes it to number 5. Back to Taylor. Over to number 2, Patterson. All the way across the court. Back to Murdoch. Shoots a 3. Off the front side of the rim. Missed, but it was a rebound by Taylor, who fought for the ball against Sam Reams, and it looks like we have a jump ball.
That was a case of wanting to get more. That rebound should have went to Winston-Salem Christian, but Norwood was kind of flat-footed under the bucket and didn't make any real strong effort to get that rebound.
Mm-hmm. Well, Winston-Salem Christian now with the ball. And there we go. Sam with the bounce pass, but it was a little late. And as an interception over here, we have Murdoch bringing the ball, passes it to Taylor. Taylor passes it to Patterson, who passes it to, Garrett Beck with a nice little underneath layup.
That was a great look and got behind the defense for an easy shot.
Now Dennis with the ball at the top of the key. Passes it to Brown on the wing. Brown's kind of hesitating on the dribble. Passes it to Willard. Willard dribbling the ball around. Passes it to Reams on the far end.
Oh, Sam.
We've had about 5 turnovers, unforced errors on some lazy passes that just very uncharacteristic. I don't think Sam quite had his mind in the game right off the bat here. And I think what they've got to learn real quickly is that the speed and quickness of these Eagles, they're not, some of these passes you're not going to get complete if you don't put some little steam on them.
Yeah, they're physical and athletic, so the Lions need to watch it.
All right, Lions staying in this 2-3 zone, but Jamal has now come into the game. Doesn't matter right now because Taylor hits the first three-pointer. The score is now 6-0. Passes in down to Brown. Brown with a nice, easy right-handed layup. And that's what I think we should have started the game off with Brown down underneath the basket, being tall and lanky. Taylor with another three-point shot, back-to-back. Score is 9-2 with 4 minutes and 50 seconds left in the first quarter. Dennis bringing the ball down the court. Passes it to Willard on the wing. Looking for Brown up at the top of the key. Drives in on the left-hand side. Fakes a pass. Passes it back to Dennis on the outside. Dennis driving in on the right-hand side. Passes it to Willard for a three-pointer. Out. Rebound. Winston-Salem Christian. Easy rebound and put back in by Norwood and fouled in the act.
That was a great play by Madison. He was right there for the ball. He went right back up and kissed it off the glass for easy 2 points.
Well, he had good position, Mike. He had a good position and was able to get his hands on the ball. Free throw is up and in, which is humongous now. Score is 9-5. Now we have North Hills with the ball. Number 2, Patterson bringing the ball down the court. Passes it to Murdoch on the wing. Passes back to Patterson up at the top of the key. Drives it to the right.
Lions are in zone defense trying to disrupt the passing down low, and there's a ball almost saved.
Beck with an easy shot, but kicked it back out. Now Patterson swinging the ball around to Norwood. Norwood to Taylor. Taylor driving in.
They're going to call a reach foul on number 4. He got hit. Looks like Robert's in a little bit of pain. He's coming off the floor, and Samuel Reams will go back on the floor.
Inbounding the ball underneath is North Hills. Passes it to Taylor for a three-point shot. Up is way short. Rebound Brown. Passes it to Dennis on the outlet, who's pushing the ball down the court now, trying to pick up the pace of this offense. Comes in, passes it to Norwood underneath the basket. It was a great pass. Norwood just wasn't ready and couldn't get his hands on the ball. Interception now, North Hills. North Hills pushing the ball down the court is Taylor. Taylor passes to the right to the back for a shot up and out. Jamal going for the rebound, but North Hills jumps over, tips the ball out of bounds. Ball will go now to the Lions.
There was Murdoch leaving his feet about 8 feet from the baseline and was able to knock that ball out of bounds.
It's like what you said, wanted it more.
Yep.
All right, Dennis now with the ball. Passes it to Sam Reams. Looking for the inlet. Back to Dennis. Looks like we're now North Hills in a man-to-man type of zone. Sam Reams now with the ball. Passes it to Dennis on the wing. Inbound into Norwood. Norwood pounding his way in there. Goes in for a little baby hook. It was off. Out of bounds.
Should be Lions ball, I would think.
Out of bounds, stays with the Lions.
From our vantage point, it was an easy call.
Oh, yeah, very much. Ball is now inbounded right underneath the basket to Brown, who misses the layup, but now it's rebounded by North Hills, pushed by Murdoch down the court, passes it to Patterson at the top of the key, wide open three off the glass and miss. Norwood with the rebound. Dennis pushing the ball down the court now, using some of that speed, jumps up at the free throw line, misses it. Brown couldn't handle the rebound, but Sam Reams gets the loose ball, passes back to Dennis to reset the offense here. Looks like they're back in this 2-3 zone. Jamal had the ball, passed it, tried to get it into Norwood, who it was a little bit of spice on that pass.
I think he was a little bit over anxious and threw a bullet right at Norwood. No way he was going to catch it.
All right, Patterson now with the ball for North Hills. Passes it to the right to number 34, who just came into the game for North Hills. Now looking to reset it. Pass it to Beck in that sweet spot of the 2-3 zone. Missed the shot, but now pushing down the court is Dennis. Setting up the offense now.
34 is Josh Buchanan for the Eagles.
Now DeShields with the ball, passes it inlet to Sam Reams, who Buchanan just fouls him. Just couldn't put the brakes on and just slammed right into his back. Willard coming back in the game here for Norwood. Looks like they're going to go a little bit smaller right now. Lions now to inbound the ball underneath the basket. Willard getting the pick, gets the inbounds, passes it to Dennis to set up the offense. Back to Willard over at the wing. Passes to Brown at the top of the key, who's met by Taylor, then pass to Dennis back at the top. Passes Sam Reams, gives it into Jamal DeShields underneath.
Good
nice
pass.
Nice pass, nice little catch, but Brown couldn't quite get the basket. Taylor now driving it on the right-hand side. Does a little spin move, kicks it back out to Murdoch, who shoots a three.
Brown's going to have to learn to use that glass a little bit more when he's down low.
That was almost 4 minutes without a basket, and it's now 12-5 with 1 minute and 30 seconds left in the first quarter. DeShields now with a shot on the side, gets it in, gets that little shooter's touch. 12-7.
You're not calling Jamal a shooter, are you?
Somebody's got to do it. All right, now with North Hills with the ball.
Nice steal.
Bad pass stolen by Brown. Brown driving in.
He's going to call a charge on Jacob Brown.
Well, let's see here. Will Johnson had the ball stolen from him, went ahead and ran down the court and just stood there, and it just looked like Jacob.
He was going to the basket.
He for some reason he decided to just keep going instead of pull up shoot.
But you mentioned that the kid that the ball was stolen from had enough hustle to go down and play good defense.
That's right.
That's a good ball player.
All right, Murdoch now with the ball for North Hills. Pass to Buchanan. Up at the top of the key, back to Murdoch. Passes it to Johnson. Johnson passes it to Taylor on the baseline. Shot is up and miss. Rebound, Sam Reams, who immediately gets the pass intercepted as he tries to give it to Dennis to send the offense down the court. We got a timeout here, so we're going to take our first Community Bank commercial.
Today, community means more than the place you live. It's groups of people connected by shared interests and similar experiences. Your yoga class, your work colleagues, your book club. With all the communities in your life, shouldn't there be one for your financial life? We're First Community, financial experts here to work with you on your personal, business, investments, and insurance needs. That's the power of community.
And welcome back here to Winston-Salem, North Carolina, where we have a score of 14-7. North Hills over Winston-Salem Christian. Coming out of the timeout, it is Winston-Salem ball right after a quick steal and a basket. Jordan, what does that mean?
What?
Quick steal and a basket. How does that feel? They just scored or just had a turnover and a quick steal and then a basket. What's Winston-Salem feeling right now?
I think they need to take care of the basketball more because I think right now they have at least 4 turnovers to start the game and just slow it down.
And I think Sam probably has 3 of those turnovers just with bad passes.
Yeah.
All right, now we're back into the game. Sam Reams with the ball, passes it to Jacob Brown, trying to beat the buzzer where the three-pointer was out. So now we're going to go ahead and take a couple minutes in between quarters.
It's a new year, and most people are trying to make a new start. And many of us are trying to make a lasting impact in 2015. Here at the River Church, we believe the greatest way to do that is by connecting with God this year. So we want to invite you to be part of a growing movement that loves God, loves people, and is working to change the world around us, one person at a time. So why not join us this Sunday at 10 a.m. at North Davidson High School, where you will find relevant teaching, impactful, rocking worship, and a great and fun children's environment for your kids to learn more about Jesus. Check us out today at riverchurchlive.com.
Very uncharacteristic first quarter for the Winston-Salem Christian Lions. They're trailing 14-7. But one thing that's standing out in all of our minds here watching the game is the unforced errors, sloppy passing. Just it's almost like they're not in the game, and it's not just one player. They're all making silly mistakes, and I've seen them go through this a few times this year, and they know how good this team is from Salisbury. So we'll see if Coach McKinney can generate some offense here.
All right. Norwood is back in the game here. We have ball passed up to the top of the key over at Willard. Sam play call for Sam Reams to post up his man. Goes in, a little baby hook, kind of wide, a little bit out of his element.
He's not played down low post this year. He's a three-pointer by trade. I mean.
Yeah, he's posting up, and he's looking for a swish on his little baby hook. Just hit the glass. So now the Shields inbounds the ball to Dennis. Dennis now taking the ball to the top of the court. Pass to Willard on the wing. Inbounds this to Reams, who just pounds his man in, and there you go. That's what Coach Joey McKinney, if you can hear.
That's why Coach McKinney is Coach McKinney, and we're just sitting here doing the commentating.
That's right. He sees what he can do, and Sam is a big boy. He can definitely pound it down there.
And he's using his size. He already drew one foul on that kid that's guarding him, Mr. Buchanan.
Quick basket down here by North Hills. And it sounds like they're going to exploit that kind of matchup. Sam with a little baby hook, misses it.
Now he comes down and fouls him, inadvertently falls over the rebounder and is going to get whistled for a foul.
Right now the foul is on Sam Reams.
I'm just kind of wondering what's going through Sam's mind. Like you said, he's a freshman. He's been playing out in the perimeter all year. Yep. And now they say, go down there and back your man up against the board and see if you can go up. I mean, he's doing an admirable job. He's got to get used to that little soft jumper.
You know what? He's a shooter, and shooters don't like to get touched.
No.
And I know that from experience. Oh,
look at that steal by Willard.
Nice defensive steal by Willard, who goes up for a right-handed layup.
Nice play by Robert Willard.
That's important. Now the score is 16-11 with 6 minutes and 37 seconds left. Some sort of wild call over here by the officials, slowing down the game.
They thought he called a timeout.
They thought Joey was doing a timeout, and he's calling the play.
He's calling the O play.
Yeah.
I like the O defense. Right now, it looks like they're in some sort of zone, the O zone. Now we have North Hills with a three-point shot off. Rebound Dennis, who's just off to the races now. It's 1-on-1 passes to Willard. Then to Shields, wide open for a three-pointer. Off the back of the iron, rebound Sands. Passes to Dennis. Dennis.
Now what? They got that long rebound, and they took air out of the ball, and they're going to start all over it. That is so uncharacteristic of the Lions.
That's what Coach was talking about in the locker room.
There you go. Jacob Brown with a little baby hook. Couldn't quite get it to go, but Taylor with the rebound just pushes it down the court. Steps up at the free throw line, off the glass and in.
He's smiling because he overshot that one, but hit the square and made it bounce in.
He said the bank is open on Saturday. So Taylor overplaying that pass. Pass was going in to Brown and just tipped it out and went out of bounds. So DeShields now to inbound the ball for the Lions. Score is 18-11. Ball is inbounded to Willard over at the wing. Pushes it up to Dennis up at the top of the key.
They're running Drake, whatever that is.
I think he's a rapper.
I thought it was University in Iowa.
To
Short
Brown,
jumper.
Nice easy.
Good jump shot.
Nice easy jump shot by Brown, making the score 18-13 with 5 minutes and 20 seconds left in the first half. Murdoch now for North Hills. Passes it to Taylor at the wing. No look pass into Johnson. Johnson with the shot off. Rebound Sam.
Nice position by Reams to box out and get that rebound.
Dennis now bringing the ball down the court. Passes to Willard over on the wing. To Brown up here at the top of the key. Gets it blocked. You don't see that often.
6'10", get a little jump shot block. That is unusual.
Taylor driving the ball down the court, gets fouled in the act. He misses the shot, but it looks like he'll get two.
That probably woke Mr. Brown up to know that I got to be a little bit more decisive if I go up that jump shot. You get up there and hang, and they'll just take it away from you.
That's right. And now he shows that he'll shoot it, and we know that Taylor wants to go ahead and jump up and block the shot. So if he's quick enough, he can do a little shot fake and go right by him.
Yep.
Go around him or draw a foul, and you never know.
Right now, North Hills is bringing in Dean Gilmore.
Gilmore's number 20.
Mm-hmm.
We got
Taylor's second shot. Ooh, weak off the front of the iron. Rebound, Winston-Salem Lions. Dennis bringing the ball down the court. He saw something he wanted, and he just didn't get it in his brain fast enough.
Careless pass.
Murdoch now with the ball after an interception here. Passes it to the corner to Gilmore. Tipped by Dennis. Does a nice little sliding stop to turn around. Taylor driving it in. Passes it to Johnson, who drives into the middle of the lane. Layup missed, but rebound. North Hills back to Gilmore on the outside. Misses.
Grab the rebound.
Sam reaching out for the rebound. Doesn't quite get it. Taylor now with the ball. Passes it to Johnson. Passes it to Murdoch at the top of the key to reset the offense here. Passes it to Johnson. Passes it to Murdoch. To Taylor on the three-point line. Basket is good. Three-pointer. 21-13, North Hills.
I think he's 3 for 3 from the three.
That's right. They got to step out and kind of watch him now. So now Winston-Salem Christian with the ball. DeShields on the wing. Passes it up to Dennis to set up the offense. Swinging at Brown. Brown into DeShields. Has a nice size advantage over Murdoch. Couldn't quite get it. So now Murdoch bringing the ball down the court here. Met by Dennis, who also has a nice size advantage on Dennis. Passes it in to Patterson. Patterson in the middle of that zone there. Gilmore trying to shoot him out of it from the wing.
Two-pointer.
His foot was on the line. Doesn't count. 23-13, 10-point game with 3 minutes and 10 seconds left in the half. Dennis now driving the ball in on the right-hand side. He should have gone up for that. Now Brown with a wide-open shot. Misses it, but he got his own rebound. Turns around. Easy jumper in and out of the rim. Rebound North Hills. Now Murdoch bringing the ball down the court, taking his time. Taylor now with the ball, passes it in Johnson. Johnson shoots it up, out. DeShields with the rebound.
Careful with that pass. He almost threw an interception with Taylor right there. There's a nice...
And Jacob Brown goes in for a dunk. Just didn't quite get up there fast enough, but Taylor's quick enough to get all the way down the court to block the dunk. So now the ball goes to North Hills.
And athletic enough to play above the rim just as well as a 6'10" guy does.
That's right. DeShields now with the ball, passes it all the way down to Willard, who's on a fast break all by himself.
He pushed a clutch in before he dribbled the ball, and he coasted a couple steps.
That'll get you every time. You see the point the wheels down the hill. All right, North Hills with the ball. Murdoch bringing the ball down the court. Passes it to Johnson. Johnson with an easy shot. Misses it. Rebound. Madison.
Careful.
Passes it to Dennis. Pushes the ball down the court now, setting up the offense.
West Virginia.
We've got Madison now setting up a screen. DeShields up at the top of the key for a three off the side of the iron and out. Wow, Patterson better watch out. There's some elbows flying around out there.
Playing physical.
That's right. If you're a Duke player, you know how to get in the way of those elbows. Unless you're Suleiman, and then you get cut. All right, North Hills with the three-point shot off the side of the iron and out.
That was from second row of the bleachers, that shot. That was a long ways up there.
He said, why didn't anybody guard me? And then he figured out why. Passes it to Dennis all the way around to DeShields for a three-point shot. Up and in. Score is now 23-16 with 1 minute and 5 seconds left in the half. Murdoch now with the ball. Left wide open at three. Off the side of the iron.
Hit the top of the backboard out of bounds.
Looks like it hit. Yep. Ball now belongs to the Lions.
Taylor goes back in after a brief rest. Will Johnson comes off the floor for the Eagles.
Now Winston-Salem Christian with the ball, bringing it down the court is Dennis, who I haven't seen him take a break all half. I want what he's having. Dribbling around, trying to get the offense set up. Drives in on the left-hand side, hits Jacob over here on the wing, who's met by Taylor, who's playing some real tight defense. A real kind of lazy pass there to Dennis, and it was tipped out of bounds by Beck. Stays with Winston-Salem Christian. 33.8 seconds left in the half.
I think Trey can take that man all the way to the basket.
He should. I'd take him to the basket. Timeout now.
Coach
Winston-Salem Christian.
Kenny calls a timeout to avoid a 5-second call. It just seems like when we're getting ready to take the ball out, everybody stands and looks at the guy holding the ball. You've got to create some motion, so you got a distance between you and the guy that's guarding you, and 5 seconds go by in a hurry.
Yep, it's like what we were talking about. Go to the ball. That's what a lot of these passes here that have been intercepted. They've been a little bit lazy, but the receivers have also been standing there waiting for the ball to come to them.
Got to go to the ball.
And I tell you what, the way the Eagles are trying to step into passing lanes, you can draw some contact if you go to the ball.
There you go.
And you may get a foul from someone trying to steal it, but if you're just going to stand there and wait and watch the guy come in front of you and steal the pass, you're not going to get any calls.
That's right. North Hills could be in real danger if they get a couple of fouls on some of these key players here.
Here we go again with nobody moving to get the ball.
Willard now with the ball, gives it back to Trey Dennis up at the top of the key. Setting up the play.
27 seconds to go. They may be going for a last shot of the half, letting the clock run down. 20 seconds to go.
And it looks like Taylor's getting upset over here, just watching the clock go away. And he's going at 9, apparently.
Coming up in the middle.
Jamal now with the ball. 3 seconds, 3-point shot. Just off and out of bounds, end of the half. The score right now is North Hills 23, Winston-Salem Christian 16. We're going to take a 2-minute break and be back with more
with our special halftime guest.
And Mike.
Well, I'm not special.
Is your business going to die alone? Never meet the customers of its dreams? Just sit on the couch crying into a carton of ice cream while other businesses are out there thriving? New Expression can help. Without the right marketing, you're a wallflower. Without a great website, you're not going to turn heads. And without social media, you don't even have a friend to tell people what a great personality you have. New Expression can give your business a total brand makeover and get you out there, attracting customers. It used to be about who had the biggest ad in the phone book. Today, customers hit the web to locate and research before they call. If Google isn't steering customers to your site or they're not impressed by what they see, you're missing out. New Expression does web design and can provide a free analysis to see how your site stacks up against the competition. Don't have time to constantly update social media? Want cool custom apps and graphics? New Expression can help there too. From print design to mobile marketing to online presence to brand identity, New Expression can help you express yourself. Find out more at nuexpression.com.
It's a new year, and most people are trying to make a new start. And many of us are trying to make a lasting impact in 2015. Here at the River Church, we believe the greatest way to do that is by connecting with God this year. So we want to invite you to be part of a growing movement that loves God, loves people, and is working to change the world around us, one person at a time. So why not join us this Sunday at 10 a.m. at North Davidson High School, where you will find relevant teaching, impactful, rocking worship, and a great and fun children's environment for your kids to learn more about Jesus. Check us out today at riverchurchlive.com.
We're at halftime of tonight's basketball game between the Winston-Salem Christian Lions and the North Hills Christian Eagles out of Salisbury. And the Eagles are leading the Lions 23-16, and we have our special halftime guest, Dr. Brian Wolf, who's the head of school at Winston-Salem Christian. Welcome to our halftime, Dr. Wolf.
Hey, thanks, Mike. I really enjoy joining you guys here.
Now, last year, and we'll talk a little basketball, and we'll talk a little school too. But you were the coach of the basketball team, and I know what you thought of Jamal DeShields. I mean, he was Mr. Go-To on your team too. And then all of a sudden, he suffered a minor injury, and he's not quite himself, I don't think, tonight. But what have you seen in the first half? I think we've made a lot of silly mistakes and unforced errors.
Yeah, the unforced turnovers are going to kill you, and we've done them where they've been in play, not just an out of bounds. So it's turning into quick points off a turnover. So it's been an ugly half of basketball.
Yeah, I know Coach McKinney was concerned coming in with a couple of these scorers from North Hills. Number 22, Chris Taylor. He's quite a ball player.
He is. He's extremely athletic, good jumper.
Very quick.
Yep.
And then Leonard Murdoch, who's their leading scorer, also two good ball players. And I don't think we play teams with this quickness on a regular basis. And I'm almost thinking that we've got to get adjusted to it. You know, a pass that would get by against some teams is not going to fly against a team like this.
You could see that they had a lot of cross-court passes they tried in the beginning, got poked away and led to some quick points. And so that's something they'll definitely have to adjust. I think there's some jitters, too. It's the first homecoming that our school's done, so you can see a bunch of basketball players in the homecoming activity. So there's some mental dialing in that has to happen, too.
And speaking of the first homecoming, this is quite a thrill for us. I didn't really know it was going to be homecoming, and actually our photographer was just introduced as on the homecoming court, Cameron Hutchins. She informed me this morning she would not be taking pictures because she was going to be on the homecoming court. I guess I'm going to excuse her for that. You know, I mean, you got to do what you got to do.
Well, we appreciate that. She's great, and so this is the first time we've done this. It's a good experience for our kids.
Well, you know, I've been around Winston-Salem Christian for 4 years now. First couple of years I was doing middle school coverage when Coach McKinney was coaching the middle school. And I've seen your school take steps, you know, increasing enrollment, adding programs, adding interest, just doing a lot of things that I think you're on the right path. Well, what's your you're looking in the crystal ball. What do you see is going to happen at Winston-Salem Christian School?
You know, we're excited this year to see the first growth in enrollment that we've experienced for a long time. And I think we're just in the process. We're on a good trajectory is a word I use a lot. I think academically we're continuing to push out. We had our first graduating class last year. Athletically, we continue. We added boys varsity soccer this year. We've added girls varsity cheerleading. They're here tonight. Just adds a lot to the school spirit end of things. And so we just kind of continue to develop as a school, and our numbers are increasing. And we'll graduate, go from our first graduating class of 3 to a graduating class of 15 this year.
There you go.
So I'm enjoying it.
Now, of course, you know, our business is sports. That's why we're here.
Absolutely.
And athletics, I think you'll agree, is a very important part of a well-rounded education.
Absolutely.
And I know that one thing that your school does is the fans are very loyal.
They are.
They're very loud. And I think you've got the foundation for a great future in not only just athletics, but as a well to get a well-educated young person to come out of your school. I think it's got everything going for it.
We do. It'll be interesting to see how we got to lose a lot of points on our basketball team with the graduation of Jamal this year. But we've got some good. We got Jacob Brown as a sophomore, Sam Reams as a freshman. So there's a good core coming along to continue to build specifically the basketball program.
Now, when you say you also, I know we had varsity men's soccer for the first time, and as you look at programs, what's your criteria for saying we're going to try this program now? I know you have to have athletes. You got to fill up the uniforms.
We do. We actually have a pretty simple process. In starting the boys soccer program, what we did was the year before we said let's run 8 practices and we'll do 1 scrimmage game. And if I can get enough people out to do that, then we'll schedule a season the next year. And so that's what we did. So last year we had 8 practices and we scheduled a scrimmage. And then this year we had our first full varsity game, our first varsity schedule. The part that I liked about it is the teams that we played the first time, we improved, either lost to them the first time and won the second time, or lost to them by 2 goals and lost by 1 the second time. So we saw a lot of real tangible improvements as a program, and finished our first year 6-5 as a boys varsity team. So that was exciting.
And I noticed a lot of the same kids play basketball. We're on your soccer team. I mean, an athlete is an athlete.
They do, and that's a fun thing. I went to a Christian school growing up, and I remember playing 3 sports, and I still keep in touch with those guys, and just that camaraderie that they form. You know, some of them are basketball players, some of them are soccer players, but they're all athletes, and they have the chance to go and contribute with multiple teams, and that's just a fun thing to be a part of.
You know, one thing that that we all know that is lacking at your school is a big gymnasium like this. I remember going to
I can give the website for donations.
when the school changed its name, I went to the grand opening and talked to Dr. Rake, I think, and to Pastor Bass, and we talked about how the vision is, we know what we're headed for, but it just doesn't fall out of the sky sometimes,
Right.
Now, but I think your approach is like, let's build the programs.
Absolutely.
And then the other stuff will follow.
Yeah. If you're doing the things that you need to be doing, one of the things I say a lot around our school is America doesn't have a money problem, it has a vision problem. And if you design a program, if somebody's going to walk into that gym and say, why is this school of this caliber and players, a program of this nature, not have a gym? And I want us to be a program that is established before these kids get a gym. And that'll come eventually at some point.
I know I have really a lot of admiration for your basketball coach, Joey McKinney. And I've seen him do some pretty amazing things with limited talent at the middle school level and at this level, and it must make you feel good to know that. And his lovely wife Miranda is the athletic director. They both live and breathe athletics, and Joey is a pure basketball freak, I guess you'd call him. But as your program is on the rise, it must make you feel really good that you've had someone of his caliber. You can turn the program over to him. It's going to be done the right way. It's going to be done with the kids in mind. And, yeah, you want to win ball games, and you want to attract other athletes. That's what sports are all about. But that is not the end. That's not end all. It's about making these young men productive citizens when they leave Winston-Salem Christian.
Right. One of the things I talk about with Coach McKinney, I want students that have high character, high academics, and high ability. And it's in that order for a purpose: the character, academics, and then ability. And I like being able to turn a program over that I know Joey is an X's and O's guy and knows basketball, but he's a good mentor for our young men, and that's really important to me.
Now, you were the coach last year, and like I said, we covered a lot of your games, and I used to get a kick out of standing close to you, and you would talk, you'd make comments, and you'd look like you were talking to me or somebody else, and you were trying to get the referee's attention, but you never did get into a big verbal confrontation with the referees. And then you tell me, well, I'm not a basketball coach, I'm really a soccer coach.
I'm definitely of the mindset that, refs are never the reason you win or lose a game. You, as a team, always made more mistakes than the ref made bad calls. Mm-hmm. And I think one of the problems that you see when you see fans and coaches and players, when they get on referees, it immediately takes away the ability to look and say, what could I have done differently to make our team better? And you have kids that walk away even blaming refs for losses, and that's just, I can always point the finger inward before I can point it at somebody else.
And referees, they're going to make mistakes, and
Absolutely.
They don't do it on purpose for sure. But like you say, if you want to take a loss and blame it on the referee, you're missing the whole. I mean,
you're never going to develop as a player.
No. So I think there's this program has a lot to offer to young athletes in the Winston-Salem area, and I know that Coach McKinney is always looking for basketball players, but I know he also has to be, or just by his nature, is very picky about the kind of individual he wants to bring on your campus and see if they have an interest in getting the education at Winston-Salem Christian, because, too many times it's athlete-student, and it's got to be student-athlete.
It does.
And that's for some real competitive programs, which I look at this as one in the future. I look at Winston-Salem Christian being recognized like Winston-Salem Prep, like Bishop McGinnis. I can envision you having a large gymnasium, a large campus, and I just think that the way you've gone about it is the way you build a program. You're laying the foundation the right way.
I appreciate that, and that's one of the things that we want to do. This is not a flash in the pan. That we want to develop a school. We want to develop athletic programs. We want to develop our arts programs, and all those things are moving in a good trajectory that I'm excited about.
Well, when we decided to come on board this year and do some broadcasting and cover your games, I harken back to when I first met Joey at the 8th grade level coaching, and I was just so impressed with his passion for the basketball game and how the kids respected him and looked up to him. And then meeting you last year and getting to know some other people at the school, you sense that you've all got the right vision, and it's going to make things better for young people. You know, you have the right purpose as far as we're concerned, and we feel privileged to be able to I guess we call ourselves the voice of the Lions. You know, we're biased. You know, we root for the Lions. We're not derogatory toward the other team.
And we appreciate that.
But we get excited when Jamal makes one of his patented 3-pointers, just like everybody else in the stands. But we're enjoying it, and hopefully we can be a part of the growth of the school. I think it's got a great future, and I'm looking forward to being a part of it too.
Hey, thanks, Mike. We appreciate all that you do.
Thank you for stopping by. Now get back over to your kids and your family.
Yeah, they're running around like crazy. But.
And if you have to sign autographs, we're not going to pay you for them.
Hey, I appreciate it.
Okay, Dr. Brian Wolf, head of school at Winston-Salem Christian. We're going to take a commercial break before the halftime festivities are over.
It's a new year, and most people are trying to make a new start. And many of us are trying to make a lasting impact in 2015. Here at the River Church, we believe the greatest way to do that is by connecting with God this year. So we want to invite you to be part of a growing movement that loves God, loves people, and is working to change the world around us, one person at a time. So why not join us this Sunday at 10 a.m. at North Davidson High School, where you will find relevant teaching, impactful, rocking worship, and a great and fun children's environment for your kids to learn more about Jesus. Check us out today at riverchurchlive.com.
Today, community means more than the place you live. It's groups of people connected by shared interests and similar experiences. Your yoga class, your work colleagues, your book club. With all the communities in your life, shouldn't there be one for your financial life? We're First Community, financial experts here to work with you on your personal, business, investments, and insurance needs. That's the power of community.
And before tip-off, we want to inform the listening public of who won Homecoming Queen and King for the first ever Winston-Salem Christian Homecoming, and it was?
It was Jamal DeShields and Grace Rudolph.
Cool. So that's the first ever Homecoming Court winners in the history of the school.
Yep. It's pretty big.
So next year, I want to see Jordan Leak out there.
Oh, yeah, I'm going to win next year.
Oh, boy.
I like it.
Now, you got to remember, these games are recorded. We'll go back and play it.
That's right.
Let's turn it back over to our play-by-play man, Mr. Donnie Baldridge.
All right. North Hills now with the ball. Passes to Taylor. Taylor passes the back on the wing for a three-point shot. And in. Score now is 26-16. North Hills. Dennis now bringing the ball down the court. Met by Johnson. Passes it to Sam Reams. To Brown. Who's met by Taylor playing some tight defense. Picks up his dribble. Passes it to Dennis. Dennis driving in. Looks for an inlet onto the lane. Kicks it back out. To DeShields.
He probably should have taken that shot when he was under the bucket.
Norwood on the floor. A lot of guys on the floor now. Pass over to Johnson to reset the offense. Pass to Taylor, driving in on the right-hand side. Kicks it to Beck. Wide open for three. Off the side of the iron. Rebound Johnson. Murdoch now with the ball. Passes it over in the corner. Back to Murdoch. Murdoch dribbling the ball.
It seems like all they're trying to do is give him the ball and number 22.
That's what it looks like. A bunch of...
Well, I tell you, if I was his teammate, I'd do the same thing. Because he is quite a ball player.
All right, now turnover by North Hills. Lions ball. Dennis passes it to Brown over on the wing. Passes it back to Dennis. It looks like DeShields is trying to post up underneath.
Another unforced error where Jacob Brown lost his balance and had to pick up his pivot foot. Maybe a little bit of contact between he and Chris Taylor, but not enough to warrant a foul call on that play.
And now North Hills with the ball. Murdoch bringing the ball down the court. Looks like Winston-Salem is in some sort of 2-3 zone here. Johnson driving the ball to the right-hand side. Passes to Murdoch. Passes to Beck over in the corner. Passes it inlet into the lane to Taylor, who's wide open. Easy shot over on the elbow.
I don't know why Trey left him. He just left him for an open jump shot.
Yeah, just easy little turnaround jumper. below.
Now a nice,
foul
easy
line.
inlet pass to DeShields underneath the glass. Basket is good. Score now is 28-18 with 6 minutes left in the third quarter. Murdoch now bringing the ball down the court. Passes it to Taylor. Taylor back to Murdoch. Murdoch back to Taylor. Shot is up. Off the side of the iron. Rebound back. Passes back to Murdoch. Driving in.
Should have took a charge.
Now Murdoch with the missed shot. Dennis with a long outlet pass. DeShields going up for the shot.
That was a silly foul on Taylor. I don't think he meant to to do that, make that contact. Jamal was driving the baseline and just kind of brushed up against him. Sometimes you don't get those calls, but the referee called that one.
That's right. Now inbounding the ball is DeShields. Ball goes to Sam Reams. Back to DeShields. 3-point shot is up and in. Score now is 28-21. We got a basketball game here. Murdoch now bringing the ball down the court. Met by DeShields. DeShields playing some tight defense. Kicks it over to Patterson. Patterson gets trapped. Passes the back. Bad pass.
There he goes.
Long.
Oh, no, Jacob.
Jacob Brown with a long pass. Goes out of bounds over DeShields' head.
That ball was way overthrown, and Coach McKinney is yelling, think. He had Jamal wide open, just overthrew him.
Basket would have brought us to a 5-point game, but we're still stuck here at 28-21 with 5 minutes left. Taylor now with the ball, passes it to Patterson, who passes it to Johnson for a 3-point shot. Miss. Rebound now goes to Winston-Salem Christian.
Great low post play by Norwood and Reams to get that rebound.
Dennis pushing the ball down the court, gives it into Brown. Nice little baby hook shot over Johnson.
That's what he needs to do.
Score is now 28-23. I think that was a little redemption play right there. Got a timeout over here for North Hills. We're going to take a quick 30-second break and be right back.
Today, community means more than the place you live. It's groups of people connected by shared interests and similar experiences. Your yoga class, your work colleagues, your book club. With all the communities in your life, shouldn't there be one for your financial life? We're First Community, financial experts here to work with you on your personal, business, investments, and insurance needs. That's the power of community.
And we're back here in Winston-Salem, North Carolina with the score of 28-23, North Hills over Winston-Salem Christian with 4 minutes and 30 seconds left in the third quarter. North Hills now with the ball. Inbound ball to Murdoch, passes it to Patterson, passes it to Johnson on the wing, passes it back to Patterson. They're really trying to extend this zone. Gets it all the way in underneath the glass to Taylor, who has lost the handle on the pass at first, got it right back, and made the shot. North Hills in a 2-3 zone. Dennis picks up his dribble, passes it to Brown. Inlet to DeShields. Nice little turnaround jumper and in. I think that's the secret right there, is to get it underneath, pound him around, and go up with the ball.
Well, Jamal has so many moves. He's gonna draw some attention, and if he can make those short little putbacks, he'll be in good shape. There's a bad throw that goes out of bounds.
Bad pass on North Hills. It goes out of bounds, and now it's Winston-Salem ball.
I do know in the first game we played in Salisbury, we got behind and came from behind to win the ball game.
Yep.
So, of course, we have a whole different lineup now than we had back then.
Now ball past to Brown. Goes into DeShields for another turnaround jumper, another basket. Back-to-back shots. The score now 30-27. Murdoch now bringing the ball down the court. Met by DeShields, real tight by the timeline. Who goes over to Jacob Brown. Drives in, passes it to Patterson. Patterson loses the handle. Looks like DeShields got underneath his feet a little bit.
Yeah, he bited up too close, and when the Eagle player took off, he kind of hit the floor, and good call by the referees.
Patterson now with the ball. Passes it to Murdoch in the corner. Back to Patterson. Back to Murdoch in the corner. A trap over there in the corner. Murdoch drives his way out and gets a little reach-in foul now.
Coach McKinney's screaming, don't foul. He wants you to trap in the corner, but don't reach in and try to foul.
Willard's coming in for DeShields.
DeShields takes I think he wants a
quick breather.
cold drink.
All right, North Hills now inbounding the ball underneath their basket. Passes it to Taylor at the three-point line. Passes it to Patterson all the way across the court to the Triad Sports coverage media page. Oh,
that kid looked right at me and threw it from the cross corner right toward me.
Yep.
DeShields comes back in for Norwood.
I think he was looking for you to score.
Well, I was going to throw up a 4-pointer from over here.
I forgot where I was for a second. All right, ball now is inbounded to Dennis now. The score 30-27. You can hear the crowd now getting loud. Dennis now with the ball looking for an inlet. Sam Reams coming up to the post. Passes it to Shields up at the top of the key. Passes it to Willard. A little motion offense here.
Yeah, again, there's no real hurry to attack the basket.
Passes it to Dennis. Right now, Winston-Salem has all the momentum. DeShields now with the ball on the wing. Tries to drive in. Shot is up and in. Looks like it was a three-pointer.
That ties the ball game, folks, at 30-30.
Oh, my gosh.
This has turned into a great ball game.
A trap going into the corner. Passes to Murdoch over at the wing. Passes it to Patterson up at the top of the key. Met by DeShields, playing some real tight defense. Passes to Murdoch, who's driving in. Passes it into Taylor. Taylor with a nice, easy basket underneath. Kind of slow. Get the North Hills back up. Dennis now bringing the ball down the court. Looks like Norwood is getting ready to come back in the game. Passes it to Brown on the wing. Passes it back to Dennis. Dennis passes to Willard. Willard to DeShields. Picks up his dribble. Passes it to Brown underneath the basket. Was fouled in the act.
Brown missed a cupcake right under the bucket. Just a little bit too strong on the shot.
Missed a cupcake. I like him. All right, Jacob Brown going up to the basket. Looks like he's going to get 2 free throws here.
It's getting awfully quiet in here. Short.
Terrible, Mike.
It would have been short, but
was that your reverse jinx? Oh man,
Yeah.
He'll never make this.
No,
He never makes the second.
never
makes the second, Jordan.
It's going to be a brick. You watch it. Throw a brick up. Here it goes. Look at that. It's a brick. Sorry.
The double reverse. That was terrible. All right, rebound goes to North Hills with a 1-point game, 32-31. Murdoch passes it to Patterson, who passes it to Taylor, drives it in, passes it back to Patterson, and then it goes to Murdoch, back to Patterson, into Beck, who is a wild pass. Now Jacob Brown driving the ball down the court all by himself. Left-handed layup and in. Taking the lead.
Coast. That was a great play by Jacob Brown, 6'10", dribbling the ball down the floor.
This is Winston-Salem Christian's first lead, and silenced by Taylor shooting a 3-point shot and
he's fouled
fouled.
in the act of shooting, so he'll get 3-pointer plus 1 free throw.
See, the lesson to learn here is if you're going to foul sooner.
Yep.
Score now is 35-33, North Hills. All right, Taylor getting his extra shot. Shot is up and in. 3-point game. 3-point game. Yeah. 36-33.
Tie game.
And tied up by Jamal DeShields.
Jamal DeShields, downtown 3-pointer, 36 all.
That boy on fire.
It's a good thing I called him the shooter. Now Patterson with the ball. Winston-Salem Christian back in the 2-3 zone. Murdoch now with the ball. We got a timeout on the floor here by North Hills. Couldn't find anything, so let's take a quick 30-second break and hear from our friends from First Community Bank.
Today, community means more than the place you live. It's groups of people connected by shared interests and similar experiences. Your yoga class, your work colleagues, your book club. With all the communities in your life, shouldn't there be one for your financial life? We're First Community, financial experts here to work with you on your personal, business, investments, and insurance needs. That's the power of community.
I got to give credit to the Lions defense.
Yeah.
They have come out in the second half and they rattled the Eagles, I think.
Yeah.
And these guards out front in the zone defense, I mean, they are up from one side of the floor to the other, keeping the passing lanes clogged up. I think they're doing a great job, which is typical of a Joey McKinney coach team as you win with defense.
Right now, North Hills with the ball. With Patterson up at the top of the key, passes to Murdoch on the wing. Wide open three-point shot and in. 30 seconds left in the quarter. Dennis pushing the ball down the court.
You have to step up on that.
Slows it up, met by Johnson. Passes to Brown. Back to Dennis. Picked by Norwood. Dennis drives, took a couple extra steps with that drive.
Okay, I beg to differ with you. His body made a couple of moves. His foot was planted. Okay.
We saw that last time we were here, and they called it on Jacob Brown.
Yeah.
Yep.
10 seconds left. Murdoch now with the ball. Passes to Patterson. Back to Murdoch. 5 seconds left. To Patterson. Back to Murdoch. He doesn't know how much time is left in the quarter.
I noticed they had Trey Dennis fronting Chris Taylor down on the low post, just trying to, and Chris was getting frustrated trying to get him out of the way.
That's what's Trey's job, is to frustrate people.
Because that open pass that he was expecting to get was non-existent with Trey in front of him. So another great defensive stand for the line. They didn't even get a shot off on the last. They had the last possession. The Eagles did. They didn't get a shot off.
That's basically a turnover because now it's going to be the Lions' ball.
Yep.
Should be. They are having a drawing for the prizes that.
And the winner is Mike Petaway. Oh, no, it's not.
No, I didn't have a dog in that fight, but I got a whole herd of them in the next fight.
There you go.
Now we're going to. And the winner is.
Oh, yeah,
no,
Mike needs a lot of gas here.
That's not me.
And the winner is Mike Petaway. Oh, no.
I don't have those numbers. And if you don't want the cards, you can drop them off at the TriadSportsCoverage.com booth, and one of the three of us will be glad to accommodate you.
Exactly.
So we're going to start the final 8 minutes of this great basketball game.
Yep.
On both ends of the floor, we got some tremendous shooters out there on the floor. It's amazing. Chris Taylor and Leonard Murdoch on the Eagles team, and then Jamal Shields. You know, I've seen him get hot before, and it's pretty scary when he gets hot on three-pointers.
It looks like the offense has gone from this patient offense to pedal to the metal.
Yep.
So now Norwood passes the ball into DeShields, who has a turnaround jumper off. Norwood with the rebound. Hard off the glass, but Brown with the rebound. Basket up and in, and now he's fouled and gets a chance for an old-fashioned Mike Petaway three-point play.
That was a great play by Norwood and Brown under the board. They had position,
Great hustle.
and Madison got excited and threw up too hard. But Brown was right there on the other side of the rim to get that rebound and put it back in. So
I would say Madison gave him off the backboard pass.
There you go.
You think that's what happened?
That goes in assist. Shot is up. And in, tying the ball game at 39 apiece with 4 minutes and 43 seconds, or 7 minutes and 40 seconds left of the game. Patterson now bringing the ball down the court. Kicks it all the way to Johnson. Johnson kicking all the way across the floor to Murdoch. Drives it in, passes it to Taylor. Taylor jumps up. Basket is in.
Taylor made his way to the basket on that particular drive. Looked like a little push, but no call, no foul.
Dennis now with the ball. Passes to Sam Reams on the wing. Passes to Willard. Willard driving the ball around to a wide open Jacob Brown. Easy off the glass.
Great play.
Scores now 41-41. So 7 minutes left in the game.
I just wish the Winston-Salem coach would get excited and get in the ball game.
A lot of crossfield passes. Passes into Beck, who goes to Taylor. Taylor with an easy basket in there, putting them back up on top by 2. Dennis now bringing the ball down the court, crosses the timeline.
I don't think the Lions have led tonight, have they?
No, they led when they had.
Did they score the first point? Or
no, they led just a minute ago.
Yeah.
They did?
It was 33-32.
Where were you?
If it was 33-33, they didn't lead.
32.
Okay. Hey, look
Sam
at Samuel Reeves.
Wide open three-point shot.
Bust a three-pointer to put them up by 1.
So Jordan Lee looked into his crystal ball, said 44-43.
Unbelievable by Reeves.
Lead goes back to Winston-Salem Christian. Murdoch now getting with a tight trap defense. Passes it all the way across the court to Johnson. Passes it all the way back to Murdoch. Short off the iron. A race to the ball. And DeShields bounces the ball off of Taylor's leg and out of bounds. Ball goes to Winston-Salem Christian if anybody wants to inbounds the ball.
Mr. Reeves will oblige you and throw it into Mr. Dennis.
Now Dennis bringing the ball down the court. Score is 44-43. Winston-Salem Christian with 5 minutes and 55 seconds left in the game. Dennis driving the ball into the lane.
Come on. He was fouled from behind.
Said, I saw it, you saw it, and don't worry. My man up here in the striped shirt saw it too. Dennis fouled in the act, drove right down the middle of the lane, and probably about 4 feet from the edge of the basket, just jumped straight up and then was fouled on the side of the arm. Is that his play right there, Jordan? Is that what he does?
Yeah.
Just quick into the lane and goes straight up.
Yep.
Can he get rim?
No. I don't think he could get backward.
Uh-oh.
Probably not net.
Yeah, he could get net on a good day.
With the springboard.
Second shot is up and in, and he's 1 for 2 out of the free throw. Scores 45-43. Murdoch bringing the ball down the court for North Hills. Dries his hands off. Backing in a little bit of a diamond defense here. Murdoch wide open on the wing, shoots a three. Off the side of the iron, rebound back. Passes to Taylor for three-point shot over Sam Reams. Off the front of the iron, rebound Murdoch. Murdoch jumping. Wow. Went straight up. I think Murdoch's got at least a 40-inch vertical.
Yeah, because he just gets up there.
Scores now tied, 45-all. Willard now with the basketball from Winston-Salem Christian. He's trying to get it to Brown. Timeout over here.
Willard got tied up. He picked his dribble up, and right away the defender saw the passing lane. He was trying to throw it to Jacob Brown, stepped in front, and Willard wisely held it, and Coach McKinney finally woke up, got out of his chair, and called a timeout.
Well, it was Jacob Brown didn't get the ball in that pass, but then instinctively, and it was a really smart play, bounced back and went straight to the basket. If Willard had seen that, it was an easy two-point basket, and I think he would have dunked it and got fouled.
That would have been nice.
Definitely would. With the score of 45-45 with 5 minutes and 10 seconds left in the game, that definitely would have been nice.
So this is going to come down again to maybe even the last possession. We've had 2 or 3 of those games the last month.
Yep.
But in those games, we blew double-digit leads
Yeah.
and then lost on the last shot of the ball game.
Yep.
As you hear the crowd yelling up, the timeout now has come to an end. Winston-Salem Christian gets the ball now, inbounding here on the sideline, right over by the Triad Sports Coverage booth.
With our nice new banner, courtesy of Winston-Salem Christian's printing.
Man, that is a sweet
office.
banner.
I mean, I won't tell you who designed it, but it's nice.
I won't hold it against you.
Okay.
DeShields inbounding the ball to Dennis. Dennis over at the top of the key, met by Johnson. Passes it to Willard on the wing. Back to Dennis. Back to Willard. Passes it to Norwood, who's met by Taylor.
Careful with the elbow. Oh, come on. He never touched him.
Norwood swinging the ball across with some high elbows in a dangerous play. The referees called him.
So that's called a foul on the air. So does the air get a free throw in this?
I guess so.
That was a basketball move.
As long as he didn't hit him in the face. Because I don't think Taylor would have got up for that. As he shoots a three-pointer from the corner, misses, rebound, Willard. Now Dennis with the ball. Slowing down the offense now, bringing the ball down the court. With 4 minutes and 36 seconds left. Dennis passes it to Willard. Looking for an inlet.
Coach McKinney is...
Passes it to Sam over at the top of the key. Sam then at the free throw line passes it to Dennis. Back to Willard. Coming across. Passes it to DeShields. DeShields way outside. Driving in. Goes underneath the basket. Passes it to Sam up at the top of the key. Wild. Long save by DeShields as it's saving it from out of bounds. Goes to Dennis with the double thumbs down play.
Way to hustle. Double post.
Passes it to Willard.
Very methodical offense, taking time off the clock.
Oh, wow. Dennis
drove all the way to the lane and
Excellent. Drive in, jump stop, and just right-handed layup. Now Dennis playing tight defense on Murdoch. Murdoch with the ball on the wing, passes to Taylor on the corner for three-pointer. Passes all the way across to Murdoch at the top of the key. Passes to Johnson. Back to Patterson. To Taylor. To Beck for a three-pointer. Off the back of the iron. Rebound Willard. He tries to pass it to Dennis.
Taylor again with his hands right in the passing lane, knocking it out of bounds.
Willard coming out of the game for Jacob Brown. Looks like they're going to go with some size here.
Yep.
Now you can slow the game down.
You only got 3 minutes to play, and you've got a 2-point lead. And
the shot clock is off.
If it was me, I would have stopped right there.
There you go.
Trey.
No, Trey, you don't want to. Timeout. No, he didn't give him a timeout. He called the jump ball. Possession arrow is going to go to the Eagles.
That was some tough hustle there with all the teams just laying out on the floor. We had a couple of Winston-Salem Christian ballers down there on the floor going after the ball, but now Patterson for North Hills passes the ball to Murdoch. Back to Patterson over at the top of the key. Back to Murdoch on the wing. To Taylor on the inside. There's a wild pass. Beck tries to save it. Goes to Sam Reams, who's pushing the ball down the court.
Slow down, Samuel.
Sam's vertical wasn't high enough to get his foot off the floor, and they called him for a travel.
But, as we mentioned again, he's a freshman, and it doesn't seem to be affecting him. He's still playing his game.
If you look in his face and you watch him, you can see him thinking.
Yeah.
The instinct hasn't quite clicked over just yet. So now with North Hills with the ball, Patterson passes it to Johnson in the corner, back to Patterson on the wing, to Taylor at the top of the key, passes it to Johnson, driving in.
They're going to call a foul on Jamal DeShields under the bucket.
With Will Johnson up at the free throw line, who looks like he's going to get a pair with 2 minutes and 9 seconds left in the game.
And as planned, it's a low-scoring ball game. I talked to Coach McKitty before the game. He didn't want to get in a running game with these guys because of Murdoch and Taylor. And it's played in his hands so far. The kids have come through, done what they've been asked to do, and turned out to be a great ball game.
Second shot is up and in. 1 for 2. The score now is 47-46 with Winston-Salem Christian pushing the ball down the court really hard. Willard now coming across. Sets a pick for Norwood over in the wing. Gets the ball. Tries to get it in to Dennis.
Bad choice of pass.
Winston-Salem Christian, the ball gets tipped, and it looks like it goes out of bounds, but it's going to stay over here with Winston-Salem Christian with 1 minute, 54 seconds left. The score is 47-46.
I'm not sure what Trey could have done with that ball down low with his height disadvantage.
Ball is inbounded to Trey, to DeShields for a three-pointer. Looks like he was fouled in the act. He looks like he's going to get 3 shots now.
Minute 50, 1-point ball game. And going to the line for 3 is number 3, Jamal DeShields.
Shot is up. Off the front of the iron.
Now, he was homecoming king, right?
Yes.
We're not going to give him the crown if they don't win this ball game.
True.
Second shot is up and in. Bringing the score now to 48-46.
Has to work for it.
Third shot. Shot is up. And out, but Norwood fighting for the rebound. Taylor now pushing the ball all the way down the court. Goes for right hand. Oh, and blocked by DeShields. Somehow got his block back. An air ball by Beck, who tries to save it from going out of bounds. Now Murdoch shoots a 3 off the front of the iron. Rebound, Norwood.
They're going to call a foul, reach-in foul on maybe Taylor.
Taylor getting a little aggressive. I don't think he liked getting a shot block.
Norwood had that rebound, and he was immediately double-teamed, and they reached in to try to create a tie-up, but it was a foul called.
It looks like North Hills now is going to have some sort of pressure defense now. Looks like Winston-Salem Christian's coming all the way down court. Looks like they're going to get an easy basket here. Nobody's going to pick up the ball. Passes to DeShields. Timeout, Winston-Salem Christian with 1 minute and 21 seconds left. 2-point game, 48-46.
And the fans are lined up all the way down one end of the floor, and the stands are full. You can't beat Friday night high school basketball.
That's right.
This is amazing.
Are we going to pull down the goalpost?
We are going to, since we don't own this building, we got to be careful.
We can't pull anything down. Maybe a flyer off the wall.
But you know what? I may dump this bottle of water on some of the players.
I like your style.
And tell them Jordan Leak told me to do it.
There you go.
Give Coach a Gatorade bath.
Yeah. So 2-point lead with 1:21. Defense is going to be the key to these last 80 seconds of the ball game. And my observation has been that the Lions are playing a little bit better defense, more aggressive, I think. And if you can contain those two scorers from Eagles, you can walk away with a win here. But you can't let Taylor or Murdoch get free and get open, because we know they'll shoot from anywhere and make it.
Yeah, he'll shoot. He's a shooter.
What's great is they're double teaming Taylor over here, really shutting him down in the second half. And Murdoch, I don't think except for a couple of rebound putbacks, has come in from the 3-point line. So now Winston-Salem bringing the ball in. Trey calling for the play to start. Passes it into Willard. Timeout. Winston-Salem Christian, a little trouble getting the ball inbounds.
Samuel was going to set a screen for Robert Williard, but yet Sam was wide open, but he wasn't looking and confused to throw in.
No more timeouts.
We're going to take a quick 30-second break and be right back.
Today, community means more than the place you live. It's groups of people connected by shared interests and similar experiences. Your yoga class, your work colleagues, your book club. With all the communities in your life, shouldn't there be one for your financial life? We're First Community, financial experts here to work with you on your personal, business, investments, and insurance needs. That's the power of community.
My question is, Mr. Baldridge, did you check the inflation on the basketballs?
They seemed like they were a little overinflated tonight.
Okay.
All right, inbounds the ball is to Shields, who gets it into Dennis.
Okay, guys, there's no reason to even score. You got a 2-point lead. Can you milk the clock for 1 minute and 20 seconds?
Willard now being pressured hard by Patterson, who gets trapped in the corner here. Sam Reams coming up for the ball. It was tipped out of bounds by North Hills. Ball stays here with Winston-Salem Christian. Another inbounds play. Dennis now with the ball. Met by Johnson.
Minute to go in the ball game.
Passes it to Brown. Brown met by Taylor.
Unbelievable call.
Called a charging foul. Taylor kind of set his feet. Brown put his shoulder into him and just bumped him back. 59 seconds left. 48-46. Now North Hills with the ball. Bringing the ball down to court is Patterson. Met by Trey Dennis with some tight defense. Willard trying to trap him on the corner. Now Murdoch with the ball. Passes it to Taylor over the 3-point line. Passes it to Beck all the way across to Patterson. Now to Johnson. Back to Patterson. To Beck. To Murdoch. To Beck. Dennis tried to bounce the ball off of Beck's leg. Ball went out of bounds. They're calling it off for Winston-Salem Christian. Now North Hills with the ball and a timeout.
32.5 seconds. The Lions are still up by 2 points.
Mike, did you take your blood pressure medicine today?
My question is, are they going to hold it for the last shot and try to do a game winner 3 or tie it with a 2? Or
I would try to tie it.
Because you play for a tie on the road and a win at home. Is that usually the old school mentality? That's how you approach it?
Mike.
But you're not from the old school, right?
That's right. You play to win the game, Mike.
Not necessarily. I've seen some teams play to lose.
Oh, no.
So this is when whatever defense Coach McKinney puts in effect on the floor is going to be very critical.
Yeah.
And I know that Taylor was looking from the perimeter. They got it down to Murdoch in the corner, but they immediately double-teamed him. But when you double team someone, somebody's open.
Yep.
And we got to, you got to be helping your teammates. You got to be playing those cross court passes. I mean, you got to get in the passing lanes. It's going to be a nail biter here in 32 seconds.
That's right. Last time we were here at home, one word, rebound.
Yep.
I think you're right. I think they'll look for an open three-point shot and then look for a rebound putback. So now the ball is inbounded to Patterson, who hits it to Murdoch. Back to Patterson at the top of the key. Back to Murdoch. Looks for a three. Comes in. Drives in the right-hand side. Ball is out. Rebound is... Ball goes out of bounds.
Ooh.
Stays with North Hills with 19.9 seconds left.
It should be 20.3 on the clock.
Oh, defense now.
They're not going to change it.
Colin Diamond defense.
1-3-1.
The referee is at the scores table questioning the clock operator's time. I thought the whistle blew and it was 20.3 on the clock. It ran down to 19.9, which I don't know if they're going to leave it at that or...
I think he's fixing the clock.
The ball is going to be inbounded here underneath North Hills basket. Getting the shot clock or getting the game clock situated. Right now, Lions fans are getting louder and louder.
The student body down on the end of the floor here is
and now
led by Jeremy.
Yep.
Jeremy can get wound up at a sporting event, so we need to make some noise here, Lions. We need to let everyone know we're in the building. They're still having an issue getting the clock set, which has happened a couple times.
You know, Mike, it's wireless.
I know, and I don't know if we interfered with the wireless when we came in, but he is trying to get the time to reflect 20. I think it's going to be 20.3. At least that's what I saw when I...
Here, I'm going to use my iPhone real quick. I'm going to tell him I'll keep time on this, and I'll be honest about it.
Yes, sir, you will be. So what effect does this have, Jordan, on the ball players? They're going 100 miles an hour, frantic and everything, and all of a sudden we just come to a screeching halt.
Slows them down, but I still think they have the intensity to try to win this ball game.
I think the fans are really helping them keep it up, keep their spirits up. But, man, you know what? You get a little bit of a breather here.
Yeah.
You know, for 19 seconds, if you can just play all out for 19 seconds, you got it.
So I heard that they said they're going to put 21.7 seconds on the clock.
That might be, well, I'm sure if that's what they said, it's correct. But I know when I looked at the clock and they were blowing the whistle for the out of bounds, it had run down to 20.3.
Yeah.
Looks like McKinney's trying to get a quick little talking here to Jamal.
0-0. The
game is over. Good job here. Your winner.
That's a win.
Let's don't get them excited. It's still, they're going to put the time back on the board. And we're not sure what time will be exactly.
We could start back at the quarter.
Let's don't. We have water on the floor. Coach McKinney.
He's got a little bit too excited.
Got another job cleaning up his spill, so he...
So this is a long time for these ball players to be sitting around.
Now we have 5 minutes on the clock.
Yeah, they're trying to get to 20 whatever seconds.
And now you're just getting cold.
That clock has given this gentleman trouble for like 3 games now where they, for some reason, they can't get it to...
But the funny thing is, in practice, we use the clock, and it works perfectly fine. Maybe because I run the clock.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, my goodness.
So go show him some pointers.
So next year's homecoming king can also run the clock.
Yep.
And you can be an announcer. I told you before you started the show, man.
We'll mic you up like they do Drew Brees on Sundays.
I can do a little bit of everything.
Oh, wow. So we are still waiting as the one of the referees has come over to the clock operator along with athletic director Miranda McKinney. And Coach Joey McKinney never lets a passing moment go without coaching, and he's going over the plan of attack with Mr. Jamal DeShields. Now Coach Tennant is up talking to Jamal.
Looks like both teams are taking some time and listening to the leaders on the floor.
21.7 seconds.
Shot clock is set now, or also known as the game clock, as we speak.
So you're saying it's going to be a three-pointer for the win.
So you say there's a chance. All right. Patterson with the ball underneath the basket. Inbounds it all the way to Murdoch. Drives in and takes a step. Shot is up. Off. Rebound Patterson. Passes it back. Passes it to number 3. Off the side of the iron. Rebound DeShields.
And that should do it.
Three-pointer is missed. DeShields is fouled on a defensive rebound.
1-1. He has to make the free throws.
There's 11.5 seconds left in the game, and I'm going to tell you that's a lot of time when you're on this court.
And number 1.
I know one thing. In the old school days, Dean Smith could make 11 seconds in the last 30 minutes. I mean, used to get frustrating, but it was a way to coach, and he won a lot of ball games.
Yep.
So Jordan Leak just pointed out that Leonard Murdoch, their number 1 scorer, has now fouled out of the game with that.
Wow, so that's one of the shooters down. They got Taylor still on the floor.
Well, Colin Lewis was the one that tried to take the three-point shot. Shot is up. Rebound. Jacob Brown.
And a putback. Oh!
Just out.
No good.
7 seconds left. 6, Taylor pushing the ball down the court.
4, 3,
Taylor with the shot.
2, 1.
1.5 seconds left. Foul going up.
Coach McKinney's irritated that they took a shot with a 2-point lead and the clock running out. I know it's tempting, and you're on the floor and you got the ball up by the rim, but that was another unforced error by the Lions.
Taylor's second free throw of the night, up and out. With 1.5 seconds left, do you shoot or do you intentionally miss?
So the Lions, they've called a full timeout by the Eagles coach. Full timeout.
Put a full timeout.
Score is 48-46 with 1.5 seconds left. Taylor with 1 free throw left. Now,
you know, the crowd has been in the game, but I don't know if they're shell-shocked because they're like deer in a headlight looking over here at us, and they don't know how to react because I don't know if they expected the other team to make a shot and maybe win or go in overtime. But, you know, sometimes the breaks have to go your way, and I wouldn't pick a better shooter than Chris Taylor to go to the foul line, and he misses the free throw. You know, and then he missed those 2 outside shots. It's almost like the stars are lined up right, and it's been predetermined that the Lions are going to win this ball game.
But there's still time on the clock.
But you got 1.5. You make a stupid pass, a turnover,
or miss a rebound.
So he's going to get one more shot. He may have been told to miss it on purpose to try to get a putback to tie the ball game.
Most dangerous person is the shooter.
Yep.
Second shot for Taylor.
Crowd is reacting to Taylor's free throw.
High arc off the side. Rebound. North Hills couldn't quite get the
And that is it. The ball game is over, folks. He missed the free throw. There was a battle for the ball down the lane. No one really got possession, and as that ball was being batted around like a volleyball, the clock ran out. It was a whale of a ball game. I mean, it was very entertaining. A great exhibition of some good athletic ability on the floor, defense, offense, shooting, you name it. That was a really great job of coaching on both sides.
Yeah.
They're a great ball club, and taking us down to the last shot. I mean, it's definitely you got to have a winner and loser, and fortunately for the Lions tonight, it was their night. We'll take a break. We're going to round up a coach and a player, and maybe do some interviews right after the game. So we'll do our 2-minute break if we want to, Mr. Baldridge.
Which I do.
Okie dokie.
Today, community means more than the place you live. It's groups of people connected by shared interests and similar experiences. Your yoga class, your work colleagues, your book club. With all the communities in your life, shouldn't there be one for your financial life? We're First Community. Financial experts here to work with you on your personal, business, investments, and insurance needs. That's the power of community.
Our first post-game visitor is Mr. Jamal, King Jamal now, I guess it is, right, Jamal? Well, congratulations on a great game. From our vantage point, it was a great basketball game. And there was a time there where you kind of said, I got to make some three-pointers. And you were shooting the lights out, man. I know you had a small injury the other night. Did that have any effect on your game at all tonight?
Well, tonight it was just important that my shot was falling because even though I had my ankle taped and everything, it bothered me a little bit, so I didn't have full speed. So since my shot was there, it was opened up a lot of things for me.
Now, they had a couple of pretty good ball players on the other team, and Chris Taylor and Murdoch.
Yes, sir.
And they could put the ball in the hoop too.
Yeah, they could.
Do you have any joy with those two guys when you play? When the two best players from each team get together, do you kind of go at it or?
No, not really. They would just compliment me on things that I did good. They was just nice people. They weren't trash talking anything.
I thought it was a well coached teams. Like you said, it was good sportsmanship. Everybody's playing their heart out, and in a ball game, there's going to be a winner and a loser.
Yes, sir.
And it was meant tonight for the Lions to win this ball game.
Yes, sir.
It was, I know we won down in Salisbury on the last second free throws, but what was your biggest challenge against this team tonight?
Well, we started to run our plays fully and did what Coach told us to do, and it opened up shots. Once we get used to doing those things and getting those shots, we'll end up making them and it'll work in the long run.
Now, I know you guys slowed the game down a lot.
Yes.
Took the air out of the ball and tried to make. You didn't want to get into a run and gun with those two sharpshooters from the North Hills team. How does that affect your momentum? Because I know you're pretty active and always moving, but when you have to stop and maybe take 30 seconds off the clock, does that have any kind of effect on your game?
It was good today because once again I didn't have all my full speed, so it was good that we slowed things down for me.
So is it fair to say that Coach McKinney took what he had and came out with a win and made you guys do exactly what you had to do?
Yes, sir. We gotta do this Tuesday because we want to beat them badly. We want to beat Bishop badly. We got to do all this Tuesday.
Well, that'll be
Got to do it Monday too.
Oh yeah, and Monday.
Got to go to Statesville on Monday, and I know you're having fun because I see you on the floor and we were cheering our lungs out when you made those 3-pointers because it was a game that if you remember the first game we played them, they went ahead a big margin and then we had to fight back. But I think the crowd got its money's worth tonight with some great basketball, I thought great coaching, and congratulations on your performance, not just tonight, obviously, but throughout the season and last year. You're quite a ball player. It's always fun to watch Jamaldi Shields on the floor.
Thank you.
And congratulations on being king. I'm going to have to bow down every time you walk by me now.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jamal. Great game. We also have Coach Joey McKinney is going to say a few words here. Coach McKinney, we talked before the game over on the end of the floor, and you had this plan, and, of course, your plan always is, as long as my kids will do, what we put on paper and what we explain to them. And I noticed a couple times in the huddle you were a little irritated.
Yeah.
Because kids made kids' mistakes. They get into the motion of the game and they forget what it's all about. But I think we had the ball with 30 seconds, and I was thinking, can you milk 30 seconds off the clock? And then all of a sudden, things went the wrong way.
Right.
Somebody took a bad shot. Somebody did something else. But I was impressed by the defense that you put against this Eagles, a very good Eagles team.
Yeah.
What was your thought process in that?
Before I get into talking about that, I just got to say thank God for this win, and I'm so proud for my players. This was our best game of the year on both ends of the court, and I also want to thank our fans. Our fans were awesome tonight, and I got to give them credit. They cheered for us, they supported us tonight, and that's what being a winning program is all about. But behind the thought process on the defenses, over the last couple of games, we've started, and I don't want to tell you how we do it because Bishop or whoever might be listening, but it's a plan going into the game to switch defenses up, and we've been working hard over the last few week or two, these tough couple weeks, getting better on gap control. Any defense that we're in, we don't want penetration and we want to box out, so we've been working on gap control. We've been working on boxing out,
And just the strategy is to try to confuse them. One time down the court we'll be in a 1-3-1. One time down the court we'll be in a 2-3. The next time we'll be in a 3-2. And we caught them off guard a lot tonight. Players kind of looking, them holding the ball at top, trying to figure out what we're in. So it's a little bit of smoke and mirrors, just to try to confuse them, and it worked.
I noticed your guards out front on that zone defense, Trey and Robert in particular. I mean, those two guys. I mean, they were, like you said, they were closing the gap. They were getting into passing lanes, and I noticed tonight's game. Like you said, it was the best game of the year. They weren't a step behind. They were a step ahead of everything, and that shows when you start creating turnovers. You start confusing the other team.
Yeah, I can't say enough just about how we played the game tonight. We played with discipline on both ends of the court. Just like you said, we closed gaps. We were where we were supposed to be. They listened. They executed. The guys just did a great job. It made coaching them very easy tonight when they go out and they just play like they do tonight. I mean, it was really nice to watch. It was very rewarding after we banged our head and been kind of discouraged over the last couple weeks. It's been rocky. You find out who your true friends are in tough times, and when you're winning, everybody loves you. When you're losing, everybody hates you. And I felt like we had a lot of people that loved us tonight.
You couldn't ask for a better basketball game. Just if you like pure basketball on both ends of the floor, both teams gave everything they had. And I was talking to Jamal about how the sportsmanship was unbelievable. I mean, there was no trash talking. There was no pushing and shoving.
Right. And I got to say a lot about Butch Lewis, coach of North Hills. I really like that guy. He contacted me over the summer. Said, hey, let's play some games. We really didn't know what either team had. And I could see, he and I having a good coaching relationship, for years to come. He just seems like a nice guy, and I'm sure we'll run into him. Great program.
A couple things I noticed I want your comments on. You put Samuel down a low post. You had him back in on that guy, and he looked pretty cool in there. I mean, get that big body and throw that weight around was pretty neat looking.
Yeah, Samuel he knows how to play the game. Samuel is probably one of our only players, Samuel, Jamal, and Jacob, I would put him in that class with them that can play inside and outside. Mm-hmm. And by the time he's a senior, man, that kid's going to be good.
Yeah, he's just a freshman.
Yeah.
He's going to grow. He's going to get mature. He's going to be a great asset to your program.
Yeah, he's a hard worker, great kid. I love his attitude. I love everything about his game. He's going to be a kid that's going to be able to play inside, outside. He knows where to go. He knows what to do. He knows what his weaknesses are, and by the time he's a senior, he's going to have those fixed. That's what I love about him. He's so daggone smart, too.
And then we saw you put Trey Dennis was face guarding Chris Taylor, trying to get him, and I think he did frustrate him. A couple times I saw Chris kind of pushing him away, and that, he had a definite height disadvantage, but,
right.
Just being in front of him and not opening that passing lane, because you don't want to get the ball down low to Taylor because it'll go in the hoop.
Yeah, oh yeah. Trey played one of his best games of the night, too. I just thought from whoever stepped on the court tonight, I just seen us. We started doing. We talk about doing it in the games. When in practice now, whenever they make a good play and they celebrate, I tell them not to get too excited about it because we got to start doing it in the game. And tonight, we started doing it in the game.
Well, I know it was a great game. I think the fans were really excited, and as you said, it's always good to win.
Yeah.
And you're trying to build a program, and getting people behind you is important.
Right.
And it was exciting for us to be here. We were cheering, like we had Dr. Wolf on at halftime and talked about the future of the school and the program, and we told him we were biased toward the Lions. We're the voice of the Lions,
right?
So we're going to make comments that not to irritate the other team, but
right.
We cover you guys, and
we love having you guys, and appreciate you all doing it.
We appreciate the cooperation we get, and we look forward to. Is any more home games? Do you know?
There's one more next Thursday at home at St. Peter's against North Stokes.
Okay, that's a makeup game that was in the snow out. Okay.
Right.
I didn't know that game was scheduled, so I'm glad I asked you. Okay.
Yeah, good. Mm-hmm.
So we're again, congratulations on just a remarkable. I I marvel at how you get stuff out of these kids, and it's fun to watch you. You need to not sit still so much. You need to get up and talk and get active.
I was fired up today.
It was a great game, and your kids really pulled it out, and it was fun to watch. So congratulations.
Appreciate it, Mike.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you all. I'm going to go back and celebrate a little bit with them.
Okay.
That was Coach McKinney for the Lions, and all of a sudden the gymnasium is empty, Donnie. We have the floor to ourselves.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what to talk about now.
Let's talk about signing off and going home.
That sounds great to me.
Again, it was a 2-point win for the Winston-Salem Christian Lions, 48-46 on a well-played ball game on both sides of the court. Both teams came out with a lot of enthusiasm, a lot of determination. And it was fun to watch. It was one of these right down to the end. And this time it went in favor of the Lions.
There you go, yep.
Congratulations to the team and the coaches and administration. And until, I guess we'll be doing next Thursday's game against North Stokes.
Looks like it.
Over at the St. Peter's World Outreach.
Ooh.
Bigger gym, big area. But we'll put something on the website as far as what time we're going to come on the air. But for Donnie Balders and Mr. Jordan Leak, this is Mike Pettaway saying thank you for listening and so long until the next broadcast.
Anything's possible. Anything's possible.